Is John Durso. I have the honor of being the president of the Long Island Federation of Labor. All right. My buddy Wayne Spence from PEP is with us. I live in Freeport. That's right. Well, I know you live in Freeport. All right, so you're going to hear from everybody, then we're going to walk, we're going to knock on doors, we're going to talk to our own people, and we're going to bring this home for Laura Gillen. All right, so let me introduce you to the leader of our movement here in New York State. A man with a national reputation for getting things done. Our very own Mario Cilento.
As we call John in the labor movement, Mr. Long Island, John, we owe you a debt of gratitude for everything that you do every single day, and it's a debt of gratitude that we probably will never be able to repay. But just know that when we all say it together, we mean it from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you, John.
Yes!
You have much more esteemed speakers here than I. I just want to say on behalf of your 2.5 million brothers and sisters and siblings of the entire labor movement in this state, from public sector unions and private sector unions, building trades unions, from Buffalo to Brooklyn to here on Long Island, everywhere in between, thank you for what you're doing today. This is who we are, and this is what we are. Our friends, and I know we don't use the term friend too loosely in the labor movement when it comes to politics, right? We know because we all believe in the adage that actions speak louder than words. Yeah. Yes. Because we have to always show our members, right, better wages, benefits, conditions of employment. The elected officials who set themselves apart from others are those who back up those words with deeds and actions. So we have here with us today Antonio Delgado, our Lieutenant Governor. We have, humbly speaking, the greatest Attorney General in this country. She fights for working people because it's in her heart. It's not just what she says, it's through the deeds and the actions every single day. And that's why I know Laura Gillen, Siela, we're together because they believe in the same values and principles and ideals that we hold, which is to raise the standard of living and quality of life of all working people. They believe that, they live it, and when they have those deeds and actions to back them up when they get into office, we will be there with them every single step of the way. They're going to fight for us. This is our opportunity to fight for them now through Tuesday. Make your voices heard. That's what we're going to do today, because on November 5th and starting in January, they are going to make their voices heard for all working people. Thank you.
Let's hear it for Mario. I also want to acknowledge Judy Griffin, good friend of ours. So I have the honor of introducing our next speaker. Friend of mine, handsome young man, okay? Our Lieutenant Governor. He's been from every part of this state fighting for us. Every day he goes to work and fights for us. He has been in Congress. He's got a resume that'll knock your socks off. He is a wonderful speaker. Even more than that, he's a good, caring person who cares about each and every one of us. And that's his mission, is to take care of those people he serves. It is my honor to introduce Lieutenant Governor of the state of New York. How we feeling? How we feeling? You good? Yeah. Good. I'm gonna be brief.
John, thank you for your passion. Mario, Wayne, all of you, and labor in the house. Is labor in the house?
Oh yeah!
Is labor in the house?
Yeah!
So my friend and sister Tish James, thank you for being you.
Thank you.
The leader that you are. Clap it up, come on. We're here to flip a seat. We here to flip a seat. Are we here to flip a seat? Are we here to get behind Laura Gillen? I want to just talk to you a little bit about what it means to be a public servant, what it means to give a damn about people. When you are a public servant, you put the people first, you put the public first, you invest in public goods. Public servants invest in public goods. What do I mean by that? I mean public education. That's a public good. I mean healthcare. That's a public good. Collective bargaining. Being able to fight for fair wages. That's a public good. Clean air, clean water, public good. Safe roads and bridges, public good. Public safety, public good. These are all public goods. Don't call yourself a public servant if you're not investing in public goods. And yet here is the situation. A lot of folks seeking office and power from the people to serve the public that take that power from the people and then feed on the people's fears and anxieties and pain at the expense of the very people who gave them the power in the first place. It's ugly, it's cruel, it's dark, it's divisive, and it's making people question the very legitimacy of this project we call democracy in the first place. So we the people have to raise the bar. We the people have to say, no, no more. We will not accept any individual who wants to call themselves a public servant who will step into that role and do nothing but take from the public to serve themselves. We won't tolerate it. They want to talk about hate and division. They want to feed on our pain and do it in a way that takes our eyes off our collective cause of truth and justice and making sure that people from all walks of life, no matter where you start in this world, no matter how you look, your race, your class, your gender, your religion, your sexual orientation, in America you get a shot, a fair shot. That's what makes America great. So before I bring this to a close, let me just say this. We got a few days here to work hard. We could talk about left-right politics all day long. But as you make the rounds today, and you communicate with people, I want you to think from a place of love. I want you to come from deep, deep down in your soul and remember how we made progress in the first place. There's no sustainable, transformative change that's ever occurred in this country on the back of hate. Ever. The way change has happened, the way progress has been made, is through love. It's through a deep, abiding commitment to our shared humanity. That's what's allowed us to overcome a lot of struggles in society, that deep power. And democracy is built on that power to love. Democracy is built on a moral idea, that we are all created equal. That's what democracy is built on. So you need moral leaders if you want to sustain a moral endeavor. Don't you? That's right. Yes? And so we have an opportunity right now to get behind true individuals who give a damn about their community, who want to be public service. And Laura Gillen is one of those individuals who can do that. So let's knock down those doors. Let's make sure she gets into Congress. Let's make sure that we elect Kamala Harris as the president of the United States. Let's make sure Hakeem Jeffries becomes the Speaker of the House. And let's restore our collective faith in this thing we call democracy. And let's do it with love. I love every single one of you.
You're going to sing?
No.
I love it when you sing. Let's hear it for our Lieutenant Governor. How lucky are we? So now, our next speaker is the architect of all of this. The architect. I can't spell it, but I can say it. Okay? Gentleman put the plan together for taking back the house here on Long Island, for the election that's going to happen. That Long Island is a center part of so much that goes on for this region, this state, and this country. Let's give it up for our state chair, our Nassau chair, Jake Jacobs.
Thanks, John. Thank you. I am going to break a personal rule that I have always tried to keep to, and that is never speak after Antonio Delgado. But here I am. So, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I'm going to tell you something, Laura and the entire team here, Siela, Judy. I'm going to tell you this, and I know what winning campaigns look like. I also know what not winning campaigns look like. But I'm going to tell you, if you got Mario Cilento in the house, and you've got John Durso and Wayne Spence, and all of these folks from Labor, this in the house is a winning campaign. This is how you win. Now, I don't know if you've been watching the news, and I hope you have, and you've been seeing how the campaigns have been going this last week and 2 or 3. And, you know, I'm looking at this, I'm looking at Trump, and I'm listening to what he has to say. Because, you know, as campaigns come to the end, you got to build to something that brings out vote. And the only thing I can liken it to, and you'll pardon me, I'll only be a few moments on this, but I remember a story Lyndon Johnson told back from the hill country of Texas. He had a small town, and a young man who wasn't known to be all that bright wanted to join the ROTC. So we came to the ROTC office, and the 2 gentlemen there, the military guys, said, well, we got to test your, you know, your intelligence. So we're going to ask you a simple question. If you see a train 5 miles out from the east, heading west at about 20 miles an hour, coming towards you, it's 5 miles out, and you see another train on the opposite side, on the single track we got, 5 miles out, heading in the same direction towards you, 20 miles an hour, what would you do? And he said, well, I'd go and get my brother. He said, well, why would you go and get your brother? He said, because he ain't ever seen a train wreck before. That's what we got going on in this Trump campaign. That's what's going on with the Republicans. And with Labor out here doing what you're doing, we can't lose. And they won't win. And that means you got 2 great things going to happen, and then a lot of great things to follow. Number 1, we're going to get a new Speaker of the House, and that's Hakeem Jeffries. And number 2, we're going to elect ourselves a President of the United States that we all can be proud of, that are going to work for the working people of this country, the decent people of this country, build up the middle class, and that's Kamala Harris. The distinct pleasure of being in the position, not having to speak after you, Mr. Lieutenant Governor, but introducing our next speaker. And this is somebody, I get to introduce you quite regularly, don't I? They put us in the same order. And last time she admonished me because apparently I got a little carried away. And today,
I didn't admonish, I was proud of you.
Okay, well, I'm going to try to keep it all level, feet on the ground, but I have to tell you something. I have watched Tish James now in the job that she has done. And what's her job, really? I mean, what is the Attorney General of the state of New York supposed to do? She's supposed to simply protect the people of the state of New York. She represents all of us. She represents the interests of the consumer, of the person who does the work. She takes care of representing all of us. And boy, nobody has done it better. She is known across this country, not just for taking down that SOB Trump, and she did the job real well. That's not what she's known for. She is known as a champion of the people. And when she speaks, no matter where she speaks, people listen. She's our treasure. We love having her here in New York, and when she speaks for candidates, they win. Ladies and gentlemen, our Attorney General, Tish James.
I'm so glad that there are so many children who are here in the room. As everyone knows, I love children. And the reason why we are all here together is because of these children. Because we can have a better world for them and for the future of all of our children. You see, I support labor primarily because I recognize that all the progress that we've made in this nation, despite what Jay said, it's not because of all of these elected officials. It's really because of the union movement.
Yes.
The reason why we've got a minimum wage is labor. The reason why we've got protections in the workplaces Labor. The reason why we've got Social Security? Labor. The reason why you've got pensions? Labor. And the reason why we've got the weekend off is not elected officials, it's because of labor. And that's why we are here. You see, I used to teach kids in Local 3, and these young kids would come into my class after working, getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, going to work, and then coming to my class usually around 6 o'clock. And these kids would come into my class tired. And they would say, Tish, I got a card, I want this card. I'm an apprentice, I want to be a member of the union. And I'm tired, and I didn't do your assignment last week, you have to excuse me. And I said, it's okay. They said, all that I want, Tish, is to be a part of the middle class, and the only way that I can be a part of the middle class is to be a member of a union. And so I apologize for not doing your assignment. But I want you to know that this is so important to me because of my children, because I want to own a home, because I want to be a part of the middle class, because I want to move forward, because I want to lift up my community, because I want to stabilize my family. Because of the comments of those young kids who came to my class every day, 4 years straight, I believe in union. I believe in what you provide to the middle class and the fact that you grow the middle class and the fact that you support the right to organize and the fact that you are together and the fact that, again, I use my job as the Attorney General of the state of New York to make sure that they don't take any money out of the mouths of your babies and your children. I stand up for your benefits. I stand up for your rights. And I stand up for all that you represent. I believe in union, and I will do everything in my power to defend and protect your rights each and every day. I love IBEW. That's why we need individuals in positions of power who recognize the power of unions, but also recognize what labor does for the middle class, not only in New York, but all across this nation. And that's why it's my honor and my privilege to support Laura Gillen, who's going to be a wonderful member of Congress who will fight for the PRO Act, who will fight for the right to organize, who will make sure that everything remains in place, who rejects Project 2025, and recognizes that we're not going back. I support Siela Bynoe in the state Senate because they're going to continue to move our state forward. And of course, Judy, who has done an amazing job as a leader here out on Long Island. So I came here to tell all of you, please go out and knock on doors and let them know what is at risk and let them know all that is at stake and let them know that this is bigger than parties. This is bigger than politics. This is about freedom and liberty and democracy and everything that we represent, and that we are all united in this together as one, and that we reject hate and division, and we will not be separated by artificial constructs. We are one family because we are labor, 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 and when labor is together, when we vote, we win. God bless you and thank you. Laura? Siela? Okay. She's running for state senate. You all know her name. She doesn't need any further introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, please elect the next senator. For what district? 6. Siela Bynoe!
Brothers and sisters in labor, thank you. Thank you for not thinking it robbery to take your Saturday afternoon, a blustery Saturday afternoon, and walk doors and knock and call our names and make sure we turn out the vote. Turning out the vote is essential because the numbers are in our favor.
Yeah.
We just need people at the polls. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm running for New York State Senate because I know there's more to be done. More to be done to deliver fair wages. More to be done to deliver project labor agreement. More to be done to invest right here in Nassau County and put our good men and women to work. This is, I've heard it 100 times and I know you have, a consequential campaign and election season. We must turn the corner and close the door on hate and division. Hate and division has no place here in this community. So I know that if you all are here with us, this is a union strong campaign. And with that, we cannot lose. With that, we will win. We will win up and down the ballot. So today, your labor is very important, and we are in much appreciation of it. So I'm not going to belabor you, so you can get out and do what you do best. And I want you to know, when you help me get elected, I will have your back.
Yes.
I will fight for you, day in and day out. This is a winning campaign because it's union strong. Union strong. And so, without further ado, I want to talk about Laura Gillen and introduce her. Laura Gillen is a woman who has the heart for community. Laura Gillen is a woman who has perseverance, and Laura Gillen is a woman who has fight for the right causes. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our next Congresswoman, Laura Gillen.
I just have to say something. When I was first elected Hempstead Town Supervisor and I was putting together my inauguration, I asked Siela Bynoe to be my MC. And she was like, I'm really nervous. I don't like talking in front of people. She has come a long way, baby. I am so grateful to Mario and to John and to the AFL-CIO and to all the labor ladies and gentlemen who are gathered here today. You have been with me along this journey from the back to the town of Hempstead days, and I am here to tell you that I will always stand with you. When I go to Congress, I will have your back. We will get that PRO Act passed, and we will make sure that you are supporting all of you. I'm grateful to our chairman, Jay Jacobs, and the New York State Democrats who have come together and put together a fabulous coordinated campaign. This is the most energized campaign we've seen. I'm so delighted to be running with these candidates, with Siela, with Judy, with Ellen. Wave your hand, Ellen. I also have to give thanks to my family that is here. My brother James, who's a big canvasser for me, he's back there. And my husband Chris, who's right over there. Who is the son of a local 638 steam fitter. He is a child of labor. He went to college on a union scholarship. I know firsthand the importance of labor. I'm wearing this sweater today with the American flag because I love our country. I love the democracy we have. And this flag does not belong to one party. It does not belong to one race. It does not belong to one ethnic group or religious group. It belongs to all of us. And the work that all of us are doing together is about saving this flag. It is about preserving our democracy. It is about whether we are a nation that was created to lift people up, to say we don't care what race you are, we don't care what religion you are, we don't care what you believe, as long as we work together, everybody has a fair shot at getting ahead. Everybody has a chance to live the American dream, to see their kids have a little bit more, do a little bit better than they did. That's what this country was founded on. But right now, we see too many families, that dream is becoming unattainable. And for some, it's already gone. All the people who are running with me here today, we believe that that dream should be possible for every American family. And we know that the people who made that possible for so many American families are the men and women of labor and our labor organizations. Oh, I didn't thank our fabulous Attorney General. They're with us in this fight. I'm so grateful we have these esteemed guests here. All of you are here. The future Speaker of the House of Representatives joined us here. On November 5th, all eyes are going to be on this district, all right? Because we're on the East Coast. Our election results come in early. And everybody's going to be watching New York 4. Not because of me, but because this is one of the best opportunities in the entire country to take a seat from red against labor and make it blue and pro-labor. Everybody is going to be watching to see what happens in this race. When we win this seat, when we win all of these races in New York, people are going to start getting in a good mood because they're going to see the domino effect across the country, right? We need to start flipping the House right here, and each and every one of you has a pivotal role in that by knocking those doors. We do, as Siela said, the numbers are on our side in this district. We just need people out to vote. We need to do everything we can, knock the doors. Make the phone calls, call your brothers and sisters from your union. Make sure they come out and vote. This is not a year when you can sit home. You know, you might see polls, oh, Laura's up in the polls, oh, that's great. You can say whatever you want on the phone, but if you don't go out and vote, that's how it goes the wrong way.
That's right.
Okay? We don't trust polls, we trust work.
That's right.
Because when we work and we get people out to vote, we
Win!
So let's go.
Win!
Let's go.
Win!
Let's go knock on some
Doors!
Let's go get some people out to vote. Thank you so much.
All right, so we got to do two more things. One, we got to take a picture because everyone said we have to take pictures, right? So we got to do that with everybody here. But if you have already signed in and gotten your packets, after we do the pictures, hit the streets. We need to bring it home. We have an opportunity. This is our time. If you haven't signed in yet, don't go anybody. We need to have you hit. Oh, Jerome, thanks. This late, good. All right. So make sure you get your packet. Make sure you knock on those doors. Every single door, every person you speak to brings us closer to victory. And thank you all very, very much for being here.